T.I. son Buddy Red performed a free concert in ATL. Wasn't really no concert. The man was just standing on the street strumming his guitar. But he's living a real musician's life, bro. So we must salute that. You know what I mean? He learned the lesson. He learned every lesson his daddy would have hoped the other one with the big teeth would have learned. Look, y'all check out Buddy Red. Time I see Buddy Red, I am surprised by his growth as a person, bro, and as an artist. This man could have easily tried to follow T.I. footsteps and been this rapper, this street rapper, but it wasn't him, bro. Sometimes, most times, all the time, you have to be yourself, bro. It's 2025. Hearing that man strumming that guitar on his country shit, that is commendable. Why he's been rich forever, bro. He ain't got to be out there, you know what I mean? Now, he wasn't panhandling. The guitar case wasn't open. But if you gon' really do it, bro, you might as well open the guitar case. We know you don't need the money on, but open that guitar case and let people donate. Why? Because that's the life of a musician. Struggling artist, you know what I mean? Struggling artist, budding artist, just trying to get his message seen. You know what I mean? I gotta salute that. Like I said, T.I. brought that boy up right. You know what I mean? T.I. brought that boy right. Look, so many content creators always talk about the bullshit. Always talk about the bullshit, fam. But we gotta start being realer than that in 2025. Certain people need to be saluted. Certain people need to be kicked in the ass. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, bro. Everything you got, Tip Harris, put into that boy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know he do. You know, I know he do, so he ain't even need to hear this. But everything you got, put into that one. You know what I mean? That one and them girls. You know what I mean? Why? Generational wealth, bro. Generational wealth. They're gonna keep that money going. They ain't gonna fuck up. And to my knowledge, Buddy Red ain't never been in trouble, or will he ever be in trouble? This makes me look at Tip Harris quite different. I know he's sticking his toes in women pussies and allegedly doing all this other type of shit, but only thing that matters, bro, you can go do whatever you want. You know what I mean? You can go do whatever you want. Why? They letting them do it. That's some celebrity shit, bro. Them women letting T.I., Tip, and Tiny do whatever they want. But so that's besides the point. But how you raise these kids, how you raise your kids, and who they become in society is what dictates how great you are, bro. How great you are. It's not dictated on how great you make yourself. It's how great you can make others, man. How great you can make others. Despite the way I look, I put all my energy into my daughters, you know what I mean? Into my daughters. So when people say, oh, you look this, you look that, hey, who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? I got treating folk that you don't know about, you know what I mean? That's doing their things, you know what I mean? That don't even look like you think they would, you know what I mean? Straight A students. You know, I fertilize the plant properly, bro. When you fertilize the plant properly, they grow up into something that you can salute and pat yourself in the back knowing that you did that. You know what I mean? So shout out T.I. Moral of the story is, Buddy Red, he ain't the regular old child star. He ain't the child star that you see on quack and meth and heroin and shit like that, man. That nigga just playing his guitar. Nigga. You got to find you something in this world that you like, bro. A passion that ain't about the money. It ain't about the money. It's about you having something for you. Scars from the Playground. Shout out Buddy Red. Shout out Tip Harris. Shout out the whole Harris family. You know what I mean? Even shout out the Big Teeth. When I forget his name skips me. I can't think of it, you know what I mean? But the Big T boy, he'll get it together, and he doing all right, you know what I mean? He doing all right. He just on that bullshit for a minute, you know what I mean? But sometimes, bro, all the time, most of the time, as we growing up, we make mistakes. When I look at myself, even a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, nigga, I knew I was tripping, you know what I mean? Shit. We ain't gonna get into that, but those that know me know it's more that come with me than what you see on this good old internet. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to piece it together and figure it out just like everybody else. Scars from the Playground, shout out Tip, Buddy Red, peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.